Hey dudes and chicks and neither of those roles don't apply to you. Welcome to Pick for Last Time. My name is Katie. Today, I'm going to be doing a video talking about what I'm going to be doing for this full moon in Leo, what that means a little bit, what it means to me in the context of a lot of things that I've already been telling you guys lately. I kind of say this in the end, but don't worry, I'm not turning into Zodiac fucking Katie. It just so happens that it was the timing. And so this is a video that I am doing with Nikki Raven. I'm going to leave all of her information in the description box because quite frankly, the learning piece of this video, you're going to get from Nikki Raven's video. I guarantee it. Like, she's going to teach you everything that you need to know. And then you're going to like watch this video and it's going to make way more sense. And so I'm just going to talk about what I'm doing for this full moon and like what this full moon means to me. As I said, in regards to like things that I've already been talking a lot about what my intentions were, and the full moon is about like letting things go. So I'm going to talk about what that is for me currently. We both used a photo that Nikki picked out. It's a fucking badass photo, and it looks like this. And that was the inspiration that we used. And so you guys let me know what you think, if I nailed it, if you guys are curious to see what the look is, or hear what I'm doing for my full moon in Leo, or, well, that's it. Then hang out. Okay, I think I might have fixed my autofocus issue. I'm going to go into my LOUISE and Mama Mitchell Acid Rain eye paint in Ecstasy. I'm going to actually use my Crown C528 and I'm going to use the little one. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to okay, I would be doing more talking, except you can obviously see I went a little bit overboard. And so I'm going to take that, whatever's the leftover, and I put way too fucking much of that shit on there. So I just kind of dried that off on a color switch, and I'm just going to continue to kind of dry this out and blend it out. And then once I get this handled, then I'm gonna start talking. I really like the way I've been doing my deepest shade, the shape I've been getting right here. I really have been, it's a little bit different than what I was doing for a really long time. I was really going pretty high with the depth and it looked good. I just have really been liking this like newer kind of taking it a little bit more easy on the deeper shade, just getting it like where it like right at the very base and then like just having this little tiny line right here. Okay, I'm just trying to blend out this harsh line. Well, that'll be nice that I can just like kind of go through that. So the full moon this month is in the sign of Leo, and Leo is a fire sign. And so the first thing I want to say is that I have like literally almost zero fire in my whole chart. I know that probably seems like hard to believe because honestly, I find it hard to believe that I have literally no fire. I have like maybe 2 planets in a fire sign. And so when I think about like trying to get things started and what it takes to start like a task or a goal or like, I just don't have any fire. And I believe that what feels like it's very difficult to initiate tasks for me, I can feel like I can kind of attribute it to my lack of fire because fire is really the starters. Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. And they really like that fire like gets shit started, right? It's like the explosion. And so that's the first thing I want to talk about is this next full moon is a full moon in Leo, which is a fire sign. When I talk about fire signs, I honestly don't fucking know fuck all about fire signs, dude. But I will say that I don't have a ton of water either. So I'm mainly earth and air. Earth and air. And mostly air. Like I have so much air. And then like when I think about like, if you just kind of like visualize what that means, I actually have a really difficult time doing anything. Like I'm floating around in space all the time. I have all these amazing ideas. It's like thinking, and no real grounded, like tangible shit going on, right? And so it's really difficult for me to start tasks and it's really difficult for me to like get results, get things done pay attention, stay in the present moment, because I'm always like floating into outer space. I'm gonna start with the color Voodoo and the Midnight palette, and I'm gonna be using the Earthy palette and the Midnight palette by Beauty Bay. I'm just gonna like start packing this on here, and I might actually use a different brush. So the sign of Leo, okay, and I'm no expert, as I've told you guys several times, I'm no expert. So the sign of Leo is really, to me, the things that I know about Leo is it's about confidence. Leos really like to be seen. The sign of Leo is fire. It's the sun is the ruler of Leo, and it's about being seen. And so when we talk about releasing things for the full moon, it really is about like what's holding you back. And a lot of times what I found, and you know, one thing I was actually talking to Nikki about in one of our conversations is how I naturally feel these things happening. Like, I don't necessarily, like, I am already going through a letting go process that's like naturally occurring in my life. And so it's not any real secret to me about what this full moon is leading me toward. You know, I am going through some transitions with a relationship. One of my recovery relationships is really changing, and it's really like changing the face of how I'm going to recover moving forward. Like, what does my recovery look like moving forward? And so the shift of this relationship is like such a huge deal, and it's going to make such a huge impact on my life that it's literally so clear to me like what I have to let go of. But when I talk about like my intention and what I'm going to actually like set my intention to let go of. So to me, the full moon is it's about releasing, but to me, it's also about like, it's about when what you planned at the new moon is like really starting to come together. So I would say that it's about like releasing whatever is like getting in your way of like before the end of the moon phase, which is like right before the new moon. Whatever you need to let go of that's like it's like standing in the way of like you getting what you intended on at the beginning at the new moon. And so I love that color. It's so fucking pretty. I'm gonna go into the color Raw in the Earthy palette. And I'm just gonna start packing that 50% on and 50% off of that color to blend it out. Ooh, oh yeah, that's fucking beautiful. That's fucking really good, holy shit. These two palettes, man, what the fuck? So one of the things that my intention is to release is, as you know, I know like we've been kind of doing a lot of content on this kind of stuff. It's really just purely because of Imolk happened like just a couple days ago. Really to just point out that like if it sounds like repetitive or similar, it's because like the cycles of life are kind of repetitive. That's why they're cycles. And they're basically, it's like a cycle that if you like follow it, you'll actually like have a harvest, right? And so there's like a planting phase and a planning phase, and then like an action phase, and like then that's when you're like taking care, like you're growing everything, you're sowing it or whatever. And then there's like the harvest, right? And so like the whole thing is supposed to follow the cycle of manifesting and receiving, like whatever that means. And so when we talk about manifesting, it's not like, oh, just I think of something and then it happens. Although I believe to some extent that is true if you actually believe something is going to happen. But when you actually believe something is going to happen, you actually act in a way that is going to make that thing happen. And so like you would be like, oh, I wish I was a YouTuber. I wish I was a successful influencer. And you're like sitting around and you're not like being consistent with your content, as I have been. Or like you don't really think that you're going to actually be successful, then you're not going to act in accordance with a successful YouTuber. But if you know that you're going to succeed at it, then you're going to fucking take the action, and you're going to be filming content and uploading things that suck and like doing all the things, right? So your actions are going to actually coincide with that of a successful YouTuber, because you already know that's what you are. But it's about acting in accordance with what you already know you are. And so when we talk about like, it's like, it's repetitive because like, it's really just a cycle of like planning, doing, picking out where the mistakes are and nipping them out, and then continuing to fruition, right? So you prune the dead and move on. Like if things aren't working, you innovate your ideas. You stop doing what isn't working. For me, what my intention is to let go of is like really in accordance with, I'm gonna go into the color Squash, in accordance with what I was talking about in my last video, which is I want to let go of my fear of being seen. I want to let go of my fear of, you know, people seeing me like make a fool of myself, or people seeing me do things that are stupid, because I don't necessarily think I'm going to do things that are stupid, but apparently like I'm scared of that. So like I just want to film with reckless abandon. So like my fear of being seen is what I want to let go of. The way that what I plan to do tomorrow for the full moon, or it would be today, I'll be uploading it. What I plan to do for the full moon is, my guy got me this candle. It's like a yellow scully candle, which is perfect because the full moon is in Leo. I'm going to write down the things that I want to release, things that I feel like are holding me back from getting my manifestations, making my dreams, like my plans come to fruition. I'm going to write them all down on a piece of paper, and then I'm going to burn them in that candle, because Leo is a fire sign. Okay, and then I'm going to use one more Morphe M506. Luckily, I cleaned my brushes, and I'm going to go into the color, I thought that was a little more yellow. I'm going to go into Quicksand. And I'm going to use that to blend everything out up to the brow bone. Ooh, that's really lion-y. That color is super lion-y. God damn, that's crazy pretty. Holy shit. I'm just going to burn my intention of like the things that I think are holding me back. And I've already talked a little bit about my plans for the rest of the year until spring equinox. I want to release any clutter that I have in my life in accordance with the spring equinox, but also I want to release anything, because it's a full moon in Leo, and Leo is about confidence and shining, right? Leos love attention. Like the sign of Leo loves attention. It loves being seen. It loves shining, right? It loves that. That's what, you know, what you can lean into for this full moon. And so for me, I want to release anything that's going to hold me back from doing those things. Anything that's going to hold me back from shining. Anything that's going to hold me back from being confident. You know, obviously, like, I want to let go of any fear. That is literally so fucking pretty. It's crazy. I'm going to use these 4 Morphe M506s. I'm going to go back down into Squash. Then I'm going to go into Raw. I guess the other thing that I could talk about a little bit is the fact that the full moon isn't the only thing that I like do something on. I always observe the new moon too, and I kind of make plans. I plan things out during that time. I'm going to quickly do my other eye off camera. I'm going into Voodoo and just really deepening this up. Fucking A, dude. This color combination is breathtaking, actually. Dude, that is some kind of fucking sunset look, huh? No, it's a fucking full moon look. I'm using a different mirror right now, so just give me 1 second, because I just really want to make sure that this is really blended out. Because, you know, here's the deal, is it's actually, you can kind of fake a fucking really, like, you can fake it a little bit. Like, you can fake a really good blend to some extent. On camera, I mean, I never do, you guys know that, but, like, you can fake a really good blend. Like, you could get away with it on camera, and you could get away with it with your glasses on, and you could get away with it if you're not going to be very close to anybody. But I'm going to my boyfriend's house tonight, and I don't want him 6 inches from my face seeing my fucking unsightly fucking unblent lines. That's just not gonna cut it. So I'm gonna fucking blend and blend. You know, once you see it, you can't unsee it. I don't want my boyfriend to suddenly go, oh my God, are your lines always like that? I jokes. I'm not sure he would ever say that, but why risk it? I'm just gonna go through and reinforce all these colors again. You guys, I'm not shitting you when I tell you this looks so fucking pretty. Holy shit. Nice. God, that looks fucking good. I'm going to do the same thing on the lower lash line quickly. Okay, my camera shut off for like a second. I just reinforced the purple on the lower lash line, and now I'm going in with the earthy palette, so... I'm actually going to get a bigger brush to do this fluffier part. I'm going to go into quicksand with my Wayne Goss number 17, and I'm going to really blow this out down here because you guys know I like a really blown out lower lash line. Also, you guys know I love that sick shit. I have a feeling my guy is gonna like it too, which I will talk a little bit about this just because I know I digress, but even though like it wouldn't matter, and even though like I do what I think looks pretty, I was actually really nervous for my guy to see me with makeup on. Like I know you guys like have heard me talk about this, but I was pretty nervous that he wasn't gonna like it. And I'm really glad that he fucking does, because, well, if he didn't, he wouldn't be my guy, right? Like, if you didn't like my makeup like this, then you probably wouldn't be the one for me, like, right? But anyway, so I know he's gonna fucking like this, so that's the point of my story, is that I know he's gonna fucking like my lower lash line being like totally blown out and sick looking. Dude, this is so fucking pretty. I can't stop. It's so pretty. Okay, I feel like I have a little bit of a harsh line right here. So I'm just going into squash, the oranger color, and kind of just... I'm going to use my P. Louise cut crease brush. It's dirty, actually. I'm fine with it. I hope you are as well. I'll tell you what I'm not going to release is my perfectionism. It's funny how in recovery I spent a lot of time... you know, perfectionism is kind of a strange thing because... it depends on where you're motivated from. And so like, I just have learned recently that I'm actually like, basically like created, like perfectionism is one of my biggest strengths. And so I'm not getting rid of it. I'm going to go into Flock Off by Notoriously Morbid and the Summertime Sadness palette. I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use Feeling Crabby as well. So I'm going to do Feeling Crabby actually first because I'm going to go on the top. Now I'm going into the bottom color. Now I'm just gonna go back and forth. That is so fucking pretty. Oh my gosh. I'm really glad I just dug through every fucking color I own to find this combination. I'm going to spray my brush because this is pretty chunky and I don't want glitter fall out all over my face. And on the lower lash line, I'm going to use the color Legend on my lower lash line with my MORPHE JH39. Off camera. I'm going to do the other side off camera. Damn, dude, this is really fucking pretty, man. Holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna reinforce the purple and blend out the outer V of purple and the lower lash line because I kind of overtook it with that gold, which I love. It looks beautiful. Wait. And going over the... I'm going to use the Crystal Gem Topper from Notoriously Morbid. That's supposed to be for your lips on my inner corner. So good. God, this shit is so good. Oh my God, that is fucking gorge. I'm just going to take this and... Wow, that is crazy fucking beautiful. That was a good fucking idea. Okay, so I'm just going to do everything, perfect everything up a little right here. Make sure that if you're 6 inches from my face, I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and I'll be back when I'm done. So this is the manifesto, the pièce de résistance. I use my Rouge and Rogue eye wigs in Miss Fury and my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Lucky. My P. Louise highlighter in Happily Ever After, which I never use shit like this, but I just had to use something gold. And then I used my Arthurine blush palette in Persimmon, I'm pretty sure. Persimmon, this orangey color. Dude, I look adorable, and this look is fucking beautiful. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It just looks fucking so good. So, it doesn't negate that I have a cat hair. Maybe that's making it look better. Maybe it's the cat hair that's been doing it for me. I don't know. The main point is that my look turned out so good that there's no fucking way that my full moon thing isn't gonna go well. So I didn't do a lot of talking during this video because I know I've kind of done a lot of content like this lately. Don't worry, I'm not turning into Zodiac Katie. It just is a coincidence that all these things kind of fell at the same time. I didn't do a lot of talking because I just did a video telling you exactly what my intentions were, exactly what I was putting out there, exactly what my plans were, exactly what I wanted to manifest. And so the full moon is really just about releasing things, and so I just wanted to like talk quickly about what I'm releasing. I'm releasing my fear of being on camera, looking stupid in front of people. Like, I'm releasing my fear of my content isn't going to be good enough. And nobody's going to fucking like it. Like, I'm releasing that. And so my intention tomorrow or today at the full moon is to write my, you know, what I want to let go of on a piece of paper and burn it on a candle because Leo is a fire sign, and it was really just that simple. Nikki Raven is probably gonna, like I said, she's gonna tell you guys everything, like all the details about exactly what I'm talking about, just as she did before and how she has been doing. And we've actually really been liking the way that this has been turning out, and I just wanted to keep it simple because I know that I've been talking a lot about my plans and my goals and my intentions and what's been going on in my life. And so that may or may not be getting boring for people. I don't want to be repeating myself. So anyways, I love this look. It turned out so good, and I'm really excited for everything that's happening on my channel, everything that's happening in my relationships with you guys. Also, I got 11 years clean yesterday, and so I'm probably going to do a video here quickly about that. And I have my 2 looks video coming up with my Lure palette, and I have my first impression of my Nomad palette. I just want to let you guys know that I do have videos filmed and I do have them in the works. It just was a matter of timing that I had deadlines to meet on these videos. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell because you can't wait to see what happens next. Hit the like button if you like this look, or if you like this video, or if you just like my sparkling personality and my boyish charm, and hang out with me in the comments because I fucking love it. If you got like halfway through this video and you were like, oh my god, she's so fucking pretty till she opens her big fucking mouth, then go check me out on Instagram. I don't talk as much on Instagram yet. And if you guys were like, don't sugarcoat it, Katie, why don't you tell us how you really feel, then go check out my Patreon because I don't hold anything back there. I go live most Fridays at 1 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Thank you so much for watching. You could have been anywhere, but you were here wasting your time with me, and I totally appreciate you. Later. Slayer.